I think when a woman is clear and expresses a need to a man and he's still able to ignore that, he's still able to get on with what he wants to do, that's not ideal. Unless your eyelids have been ripped off, nails put under your fingernails, you've been tortured, made to play Russian roulette, you should never let those things ever see the light of day, much less film them. These are dream moves. This is someone else. I'm not myself. No, no. Good Saturday morning. We are not getting up and doing the stretch today. I'm stretched across the bed. I guess that counts. But it's so dark here. Maybe I should turn it to the light. There we go. Let me face the light. Um, It took a long time to get here. It was a long week with America's children. I don't know what the deal is. It's this is 2025, right? So this is truly the year of COVID babies, and by that I mean this is the year the babies were born. So we had what, COVID for another year. They would have been one-ish, and then finally it was kind of over. So I'm gonna blame it on that. But when I tell you, these are some of the cussingest tail children I have ever had. We were doing something as simple as the Macarena. And we do the Macarena, saying the months of the year, January, February, March. You know, we go through the whole thing. And one of my kids does it, and they're doing well. Another kid looked over and he was like, damn! And then he caught himself. Like, how do you just cuss like that? And also we had a fire drill. Not the only kid that cusses. Like, I'm going to tell you a quick story about 3 of them just now. Like, when I say it's been a long week, I ain't playing with you. But anyway, another one, we were coming back from a fire drill. And I guess one of the teachers kind of forgot about it, whatever. And had some chart paper, markers, you know, things that you always see at a school, but you don't see them outside at the playground. So they're out there, and the kids are walking back quietly into the building, passing that. And one of my kids stopped, and she was like, what the caught herself and changed it to hell is that? And I kind of looked around. The other kids didn't even react, which is also very telling. You know, they just kind of looked like, oh, she said that, whatever. 1 or 2 glanced at me. And at first I was like, I'm going to let this slide because, you know, it was hot. We did the fire drill. I'm tired. I don't feel like addressing it. Then I got inside and I was like, nah, we got to address it, because if I don't, we setting the standard. You know, like, because you can't address everything. For those wondering, why would you even think about it? Baby, if all I did was address bad behaviors, I wouldn't have time to teach. I really wouldn't. So sometimes I have to choose my bad. I went ahead and chose that. Called her over and I said, hey, that's not school language. Because nowadays you can't even say that's not appropriate language, because I've said that before. Why did I have one of the parents come up and was pissed about it, talking about you worry about teaching what's at school. You don't dictate how we do at home and tell us what's appropriate, what's not appropriate. Went big off. Like, oh, okay. So I just told the little girl, hey, that's not school language. We don't talk like that at school. And she said, what? I didn't say, like, are you serious? And I said, you know what? That's actually on me, because I said I wasn't going to address it. And you said, when I said, because I asked, and then, so if I... Speaking of leave it alone, I opted to not tell the third story about another cussing child because I really want to respect the privacy of the kids, and it was hard to tell it without providing some details that could jeopardize that. And besides, in this world of free speech in America, where we're now firing comedians and late night hosts for having political opinions that really wasn't even all like political, for real. I just want to go ahead and keep it above. And that's how these kids talk. They talk like they're in a bar, like any old setting, any old. So yeah, it's been a long way. No, we ain't doing no stretching today. And don't mind my hair. I got caught in, first of all, humidity and then some rain. So my hair is rough. It's gonna be a hat day. And then on top of that, I didn't even wrap it. We put this silk pillowcase to the test. It's Saturday, so we're gonna do laundry anyway, and I'll be washing it. But that's what I'm planning on. So in fact, with it being Saturday, do I feel like I don't even want to do that? Because one time I was doing laundry and my machine flooded. So for that reason, I don't do laundry when I'm not at home anymore. Like it used to be, I would toss it in and leave, and not even in a rental, no. So y'all forgive me when I don't make up my bed today. But like I said, when I come back, I'm gonna wash the sheets and all that stuff anyway, because I slept with my hair on here, and then I don't want to put my face on it and get the oils from my hair onto my face. My face has been breaking out like crazy. I finally got it under control. And now it's just a matter of evening the skin out, so we don't want to get a reemergence of the breakouts. But I have chatted way too long. Let's get ready to go. Let's get up. Let's get ready to go. So got to spend a little bit of money. Every time I leave the house, I swear. And it always ends up being more than I intended. But today, I truly intend to ball out on a budget. I plan on going to Dollar Tree, and not, even though, you know, it's $1 quarter, $1.53, $5. I saw something in Dollar Tree called $10. That really threw me. But we stand on the buck and the Q side, so we're gonna go to the BQ. We'll go to Hobby Lobby, a couple other places, and see what else we got. But we ain't doing none of that in the bed, is we? So let's get up. Whew. Okay, so y'all know what time of year it is. I'm looking at my kitchen and I'm like, yeah, it's time to, you know, put some more color into it. And I like the way it looks. It's, you know, clean, white, a little bit of pop of color here with these fall flowers. And actually, I think these flowers might even be the culprit. They're what had me thinking, yeah, it's fall, y'all. So let's go ahead and do the fall thing. I'm gonna put some things over here. I even got, you know how it is with Costco, they give you 2 dozen roses, so I'll put a dozen over there. I just like flowers wherever I'm looking. I like them in my bedroom. Just, you know, the whole little vibe. Wake up, make my bed, got flowers. Makes making my bed a little bit easier and stuff like that. So we're gonna get up, get out, go to Hobby Lobby, probably Home Goods. We definitely gonna go to the garage, because y'all know how I do. I start with what I already got and then we work from there. But that's the plan for today, so let's go.
Yeah. Shawty, don't move that way. Don't move that way. Don't move that way. What are we doing? Yeah. Shawty, don't move that way. Don't move that way. Don't move that way. What are we doing? Yeah. I could've sworn I had a bad one. You couldn't tell me nothing, boy, I had one. Now I got you like a bandit. Know well enough, I could've had it. All these things that we're facing, now I have it. Going in and out like a habit. Told you everything, but when we have it. Just say the word, just say the word, just say the word, yeah. Now we like, oh yeah. Then we hit the, oh yeah. Girl, the same fly, the skin fly, still the same guy, yeah. Shawty, don't move that way. Don't move that way. Don't move that way. What are we doing? Yeah. Shawty, don't move that way. Don't move that way. Don't move that way. What are we doing? Yeah. I could've sworn I had a bad one. We ain't talking shoulda, coulda, would one. Life ain't the same since the marriage. Working on my horses in a carriage. Now this life that we're making now a habit. Won't leave you lonely or abandoned. Told you everything, but when we have it. Just say the word, just say the word, just say the word.
Okay, so I came back to this aisle to do some girl measuring, and I'm getting nervous. So I came back, I got this tea box, and I'm trying to see, like, if I put the tea bags in here, is it actually really going to be big enough? You know what I mean? Because this is certainly wide enough. We know it is, because it's an actual tea box. But I don't know, this might be kind of small. Can we get by? There you go. Get it. Pistachio, like chocolate, $13 sounds like much. I mean, they make it sound like it must be fire for that kind of price. But I'm not quite curious enough. Anyhow, got a few things in my cart. Let's go.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
There. Let me ask you something real quick. You ever have a moment where you get sick of your doggone self? That's where I am right now. I was about to walk my little happy parts on to my bedroom, wash my face. I'm coming back from visiting my mother. And I said, you know what? I ain't even gonna ignore this no more. I've been walking past. Let me show you. Spin it around here. I've been walking past this mess, y'all, for a couple of days. My thinking was, if I put it right here in my face, where I gotta walk past it, I'm gonna get sick of seeing it, so I'm gonna go ahead and do what I need to do. 2 days, that has not worked. I've been walking right on past it. But today, we're gonna go ahead and put up some fall decor, because at this point, either this stuff is gonna have to pay rent, or make its own video. I think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm gonna make a separate video. Have I ever done just a fall video? I don't think so. I've seen one or two. It'll probably be a short, or at least it'll be very short. Y'all know I tend to run my mouth. But yeah, that's what it's time to do. I'm gonna change out of my tennis shoes here and probably throw on some socks, and let's get busy. Let's go ahead and get this mess. You know what, y'all? If I'm being very honest, I kind of don't even know how to do this. Because I've seen the videos, but I haven't watched the videos of just doing this. But we're gonna give it a shot. But before I do, let me tell you this. So the other night, I'm taking my bath. I watched Ready to Love. I filmed some of that, so y'all saw it. Okay, don't make fun of me, y'all, but this Cupcake Kids Bubble Bath scent actually complements this EOS Cashmere or Vanilla Cashmere. It's weird, but they remind me so much of each other that this is my bath thing. Never mind the fact that this gets washed off once I get in the shower, because I always have to take a shower after a bath, but don't worry about my craziness. I'm just telling you, these 2 cents right here, if you're a bath person, like some people take a shower before they get in the bathtub. If you do that, then you're gonna find that these 2 cents complement each other. Just saying. Wow, I take my bath. I'm getting ready to watch Ready to Love. So have y'all been watching it? Can we talk about it for just a second? I'm going to try not to give out any spoilers, but they also haven't done the reunion. Catch up. Here's the thing. Let me get my towel. I had to get one of my nice fluffy towels. I'm looking at the viewfinder, and it's looking like eyeballs and teeth, but hopefully y'all can see me enough. This Sony does a pretty good job of lightening me up and making me visible. I noticed that a lot of times when I would be driving to the W2, and it would get a good view of me. But anyway, as I set up my laptop to watch the show, got my phone here just in case, but we really in do not disturb mode. No, the phone's not on it, but I am. But anyway, with this Ready to Love show, this season anyway, they've got this good looking guy, not knocking anything from that, nice build, all the things. He's probably nice between the hips, because that's how broke men usually is. But he's all those things. But what he ain't, baby, he ain't working. I don't even think he got a car. He ain't got his own car. It's a lot of things going on with him. And I'm wondering, why is he on the show? Why is he on the show? Because at this grown age, and I forget how old he is. I don't even want to put his name out there, bless his heart. But at this grown age, if you don't have a secure job, you don't have a car, you don't need to be worried about dating. Whether you're ready to love or not, baby, love ain't ready for you. But they found a woman who is aware of all of this and still rode it out with him to the end. I'm not going to tell y'all whether or not she chose to stay with him, because, some people might not be all caught up yet. But we are at the reunion, and I have been all in. I have not understood what's quite going on with the women dating the men of the season, because he's not the only one I have a little something with, but it's just a different show in general. And then one more thing that I took exception with was that Tommy, back to the man who has no job, no car, and the word is no. You know how Sesame Street used to have, and the word is no, 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 no. That's kind of what it was given for him. But Tommy stepped in and he was like, I just want you to know that my wife paid all the bills. She got me a car. She did this, that, and the third. Listen, do I believe scenario? Look, I'm sitting all up. I ain't taking my bath yet. Got me riled up that I can't relax. But do I believe that those exceptions, oops, I accidentally hit that drain. We don't want to drain this water, I'm just getting in. Do I believe that exceptions to the rule exist? I absolutely do. This kind of goes to me toward that coffee date conversation. I actually had a man ask me on a coffee date, and then let me get back to it. But he asked me about going on a coffee date, and I told him the truth. I actually don't drink coffee, but I do drink wine. If you would like to go to a happy hour, actually I said I drink wine and margaritas. My computer went out because I haven't selected anything yet. Wipe my hands because I probably need that little piece of light. This candlelight and my dark complexion ain't gonna get it. But anyway, my brown complexion, I should say, because I have called myself dark complected because my mother used to call us that all the time. Yeah, get your dark complected in here. But anyway, some people have been like, actually, you're not dark complected, but whatever. I am not a person you would wonder, is she black? I'm not ambiguously black, so NT way. Getting back to what I was saying before. I just feel like Tommy really shouldn't talk about the exception to the rule because it starts making women think, well, not all women. Women of our age, or mature age, I should say, because different women of different ages watch my channel, right? But it starts to make women think that, yeah, I can really invest into this man. I can do this. I can pour into him. He's going to love me all the more, blah, blah, blah. And generally, that does not happen. I haven't done a statistic on it, but baby, if I was guessing, I'd say it's more than 80% of the time. Generally, that is not what happens. What generally happens is a man knows that a woman saw him at his worst, his brokest, his unemployedest, his all the S that you don't want to be, and he feels a way about it because it goes out of the natural order of things, right? So he feels a way about it, and a lot of times you hear about a man, as soon as he took off, he went and got him a so-and-so girl, or he went and got him another woman. Yeah, that's because that another woman or that other woman hasn't seen him at his lowest. He doesn't feel like that she remembers him that way. He doesn't feel like he has to overcome or overcompensate or any of that. She's just seen him at his finest, and baby, it's up and it's stuck from there, right? But when you try to build and all that stuff with a man, 9 times 8, at least out of 10, it does not go well. And that's just not the way to do it. I have found those men to be mean and nasty and all of that. That's why, getting back to the coffee date, like I told him, I don't drink coffee, which is true. I really don't drink coffee. And before he could hit me with that, there's other stuff to get other than coffee, baby, I told him, but I do drink wine. I also like margaritas. Maybe we can go to a happy hour instead. Period. I thought that was a good compromise. I'm not trying to hit you in your pockets and all of that. Besides which, if we go to a happy hour, we have a drink, we have an appetizer or something like that, similar to, I guess, what you would have on a coffee date. Don't know. Because again, haven't been there. I've never even been inside of a Starbucks. I've been to the Starbucks that are inside of a grocery store because, parents have given me gift cards and things. It's just kind of assumed that teachers drink coffee to keep up with them children, but I don't drink coffee. So I've been at that part of it, but I've never actually been in a real Starbucks. True fact. But anyway, we've even gone to the happy hour. Sometimes the vibe worked, sometimes the vibe didn't work. When it did work, we went on and made that happy hour into dinner, and we just hung out from there. When it didn't work, we parted ways. But I'm sure there are people who might disagree with the happy hour type of thing, but I liked it because when he suggested the coffee date, oh, I already know my weekend plans. Baby, by Tuesday, I pretty much know what I'm going to do over the weekend because I work hard for my little dollar. And I want to enjoy the weekend. So I've already looked on it, whether it's Eventbrite, Facebook, whatever, and I found what I'm going to do. So when we went to a happy hour, I made sure we went to one that had live music, and it just wasn't us staring into each other's space, interviewing each other. So what do you do for a living? How much do you make? Well, you never ask how much do you make, but you get it in a roundabout way when you're asking what you do for a living. But also back to what I was saying, I just find that when you date a broke man, he's got a broke mentality, and like there's just a whole lot of broken things that come with him. And I'm just not doing that. I'm really not. That to me would be me hustling backwards. Ain't got nothing to do with you, boo-boo. You can be as broke as you want. I gotta leave you right there because if I fool with you, that's me hustling backwards. I've already learned that lesson, and I try not to learn the same lesson 50 million times. But that being said, I just don't understand. I mean, Tommy, to me, should have been out in the world enough to know that he is the exception. Most men don't earn whatever he makes per year off the radio show, off the comedy stand-ups, off the all of that stuff. By the time you combine his income, most men don't make that. So the idea that you're telling a woman who's on the fence about dating this broke man that, hey, my wife did this, that, and the third, I didn't like that. I did not like that part of the show. And again, I didn't even like the fact that they put a man on this show that is in that situation. Because now you've put a woman on the show who started liking the man to feel like, oh my gosh, I'm going to have egg on my face if I act like I don't want him because he has no money or because... And I just feel like there's no shame in that. None at all. You hear other races talk about get you a good Jewish boy who makes good money. You hear other races talking about get a nice Italian boy who's going to provide and take care of you. You hear other races saying all the things that they want. But it just seems like when we of a darker hue decide that we want this type of standard versus that type of standard, it's frowned upon. It's looked down upon. It's just irresponsible to me to tell a woman that pretty much go ahead and date that broke man. Go ahead and date that man with nothing, even though, you know, he's had 4.5, 5 decades on this planet to kind of get something. Now, that's not to say people with medical bills and issues that have come up in life, people get a setback. But, and that's kind of how he's painting it, but it didn't really come across as that. And maybe this is his setback, which means it's time for him to set himself up to get ready to love. He's not ready yet. That's how I feel about it. He's just not ready yet. But anyway, I'm going to relax and watch and probably disagree, punch the air and be mad at the screen, but whatever. That's what we're doing.
Love touchdown in the city of brotherly love. Tonight, we're all kidding.
Oh, baby, first of all, okay, this is the man with the chest out, with that chest meat showing, baby. He know what to lead with. He's a very, very, very good-looking man. He knows what to lead with. Yes, he does. But I forgot to tell you. Let me bring it back and around. They had one man on there looking mighty bitter. And he's looking bitter because, you know, at the end of the show, they have the option, are you going to choose me or choose nothing, yourself? I don't know what it was. Are you ready to love? Are you ready to, you know, couple off? They usually couple off. But anyway, they had one woman on there. So it's the night before decision day. They've had weeks and weeks to make up their minds and all of that. And she's been edging him, letting him know, hey, I want to know, what's your decision? Da, 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 da. Let me tell you this other thing. I feel like if he really liked that woman at all, when the cameras went off, when the lights went down, or actually when the cameras were rolling, he would have given her some assurances. You know, I can't tell you my decision because I'm sure they're bound by contracts. I can't tell you my decision, but let me get it in my man voice, make it sound sexy. I can't tell you my decision. That's about as man as it's going to get. Don't be mad. I can't tell you my decision, but I can tell you I have made it, and I've made it for the woman I think is the best option for me. I feel like, you know, she's a woman who speaks her mind. She's a da-da-da-da. He could have said some things that let her know in a roundabout way, it's probably you. Then when the cameras went off, he could have given her a little wink or something. This woman, in the only language she spoke, I believe, English, was asking this man, have you made your decision the night before? And he would not give her any comfort. Baby, if you got to be more loyal to the show than me, then I'm good. I've already got my answer. And so when it came to the decision day, the following day, she chose her doggone self, as I felt she should. And he's acting like, oh, she should have been more patient. She should have this. She should have. No. I think when a woman is clear and expresses a need to a man, and he's still able to ignore that, he's still able to get on with what he wants to do, that's not ideal. That's just not. No, I mean, nah. Sorry. But anyway, I just remembered that little piece and wanted to add that in. Back to the show, back to relaxing, Kymberly. Shut up and just enjoy.
Hey, hi. So there's a connection with Khalil?
Yeah. I think about him in my private time.
Okay. Got it. She like that man. We lost, fellas. We lost. He can have it. All right. I like it. I love it.
Was that not just a sassy comment? Like, yuck. The more this man talks later in the season, the less I like him. I watched the reunion actually. When I tell you, I have never been more embarrassed of people of a particular age. It was the silliest, most immature, I can't really even say hood, but it was just ridiculous. Like, if I would have closed my eyes and somebody said, oh, they switched the channel from Ready to Love, which is supposed to have people of a particular age who are ready to love and dating and all of that. If they had said they switched the channel from that to Love and Hip Hop, it would have made much more sense. I would not have known the difference. It was crazy. They had sassy men on there. They had a woman, like, to me, they had one woman who, she was told something in confidence about a man getting arrested, blah, blah. Now, granted, the man himself, he did some things I didn't really approve of either. But I just feel like when a person tells you something in confidence, no matter what goes down between you and that person, you don't not never tell the business of what they told you. Like, that's not girl code, that's not guy code, that's just period across the board. So that was disappointing. It was just people talking about, oh yeah, you weren't talking like that, last night type of, I was just sitting there stunned and disappointed. Like, I couldn't even understand it. But anyway, now it's weird because, and I'm a person who used to watch that Flavor of Love stuff. I even watched Love and Hip Hop for maybe like a season or so. And after that, it was just like, y'all can't be for real. I thought it was fake. But then people actually, like Peter and all of those, this is years down the road, actually ended up having multiple babies, actually ended up doing a porno flick. And I really thought this stuff on there was fake. But it's like people really live their lives like this and tell it. And tell it. Like, what? That's some of that stuff that, unless your eyelids have been ripped off, nails put under your fingernails, you've been tortured, made to play Russian roulette, you should never let those things ever see the light of day, much less film them. I was really surprised. Then they had that one man, I talked about him already, who got chosen. They haven't really gotten into his, and I don't know that I have the interest to watch the remaining reunions. I don't know if there's going to be 2, 3, or what. I could just tell this one was incomplete. I don't know if I have the interest to watch it to see what further happens, but I just kept watching and thinking about what my granddaddy said. My granddaddy was big on, if you was a man and you woke up this morning and you was still broke, then you ain't had no business going to bed last night. You had some more to do. You had some more work to do, some hustling, some thinking, some something that needed to get done so that you didn't wake up still like this. I'm thinking of that man and I'm just like, much less have your happy parts on a television show talking about you you're ready to love, you're ready to learn. You need to learn how to hustle, how to get it to, because they haven't stated a good reason as to why he's on the show to me yet. I mean, I get it. Circumstances happen, predicaments happen, But why is you on the show? So, I don't know. A part of me is like, I want to see just how that particular thing ends. Are they even still together? Did he ever get a job? Like, that's the stuff I'm curious about. But anyway, let me shut up and get to this. Because, like I said, I'm sick of me. I will say this, though. I had this area over in my wine center. In fact, I just did a whole little decor with it, testing it out. And that's probably why I ended up leaving all of this alone for another day or two, because once I put it together, it reminded me of work. It looked more like something that I would have at my job as opposed to my house. I got these from Hobby Lobby. And I picked up this little cheap tray from Dollar Tree. I kind of want to put some leaves in here. These are just loose leaves. Just a little drizzle. I want more with that Merlot color. Should pick up the wine there. Could add a pumpkin or two, couldn't I? Because I got these pumpkins from Dollar Tree too, and don't really know what I want to do with them. Yeah, something like that might do it. We'll snip this little mesh mess that they put on here. As much as I love decorating for fall, I couldn't care less about Halloween. Not since my baby grew up. I'll be surprised if that little green plant gets pulled out, because it's not giving the fall I want. Do I want to take the pumpkins out and put that little fall sign? Because it's too much for all of it. Isn't it? I think it is. I don't know. Okay, maybe I'll change the arrangement of that later. So I took it apart and we'll see. This, don't be surprised if you don't see this in the kitchen and it ends up actually going to my job, because I just like it better for that. But I don't know. It's kind of hard to figure out what I want to do with this area. See, I find myself coming back to this, but I don't really like, you know what, let's do? Let's hold off on the wine area. Okay, I'm just moving these chairs out of my way. First thing I need to do is actually get some of this stuff off, because as I mentioned before, it's been sitting here for days, so it wouldn't hurt to do a little bit of a wipe down here. Picked up a little bit of dust from that. It's probably just some of the wreath stuff settling and falling. Okay, so on with what I envision. I'm thinking I'm going to put these down, and no, I'm not tearing anything off yet, just in case we change our mind. I like this color. It's warmer than was the other one. Last year I put a runner of leaves and all of that on here. I don't want that this year, because as I was talking with people or washing dishes even, I got sick of seeing that. But I think this I like a little bit more. Oh, see how that Merlot color is just coming to play? Love it. It's just already giving this kitchen a little more warmth. I had to go put on some shoes for this. So not only is it disappointing, this is getting more into the purple, but I wonder if I can kind of play it off. Technically, I guess it would be a Merlot color, but I want more of the burgundy hue. If I don't like it, I can return it, right? I mean, in the grand scheme of things, This isn't the worst thing that could possibly happen. I'm not happy it happened, but I just detest the way no matter how long, how often, or how well you think you swept up that glass, you always find another shard somewhere. So that's a $6 wasted. Pretty glass, but absolutely wasted. Not to mention, I need to buy a new broom because I low-key be thinking sometimes when you're picking up or you're coming across more shards, it's because the broom was holding them. I bet y'all haven't seen this on your fall videos before. Take two. Okay, so I came back on just so I could say my good nights, goodbyes, and all of that stuff for this vlog, right? And I'm done with the kitchen. I'm looking around the kitchen now, and part of it is kind of minimal. Some of it is kind of busy, but all of it I actually like, and it definitely accomplished my goal of adding more color and adding some Merlot and getting, you know, that kind of warmth to it. So I like what I see. And I'm also feeling accomplished because I sat down and I finally filmed my Ross haul video. All right, y'all, so random thought occurred to me. Lighting a candle, because a random thought occurred to me. I have, let's turn on some lights so you can see me, there we go. I went to Ross maybe about some weeks ago, a month or so ago at this point, and I'm just turning on my ring light. There you go, y'all still see me. But anyway, I went to Ross maybe about a month or so ago, and I was supposed to do a try-on haul. And it occurred to me, oh yeah, I still haven't. So while I got on a little face of makeup here, I figure I'm going to, sorry, I know I'm making a lot of noise setting it up, but I figure I'm gonna sit my little butt down and film that try-on haul. Let's turn on some lights, set a little bit of a, so let's go down a little bit, turn on the light in the background. There we go. Set it up. Ooh, I think I'm gonna sip on a little bit of tea while I do it, and yeah, let's get this video going. I'm glad I got on a little piece of a face and presence of mind to do it. But I tried the clothes in. I had the good sense to try the clothes on then when they were still returnable. So in the try-on haul, I've got tags on several of the pieces. Some of them I think not, because I know I've worn them since then. I just don't remember if I still had the tags on when I actually tried it on then, or if I'd already started wearing them. Girl, you know I'm thirsty. I give me something new and I like it, I gotta put it on. But so I filmed the sit-down portion of a try-on haul. I've talked with y'all here on a vlog, and then I've got, you know, just a little fall kitchen refresh. So I've got myself 3 little opportunities for us to hang out and get together, and I usually don't film that much that well, so yay me. But all of that said, I wanted to say goodnight. I'm gonna talk to y'all later, soon I hope. You know, I'll be editing and uploading some videos, so I'll talk to y'all soon. And if you haven't had a chance to catch up to my Ross haul video, because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna do that one before this. This one will require a bit more editing because, you know, I've gone to stores and baths and all of that other stuff. So definitely that'll be out. But if you haven't caught my Ross video yet, please do let me know what you think. And I've heard about this new feature that YouTube has called hyping, but I think you can only see it if you watch on your phone. For those of you who are watching on my phone, please hype me up. For the rest of you, if this is the kind of footage that you like and you think you've got another girlfriend that could, you know, be a part of us classy ladies, let her know about me. Share me out. Puff, puff, pass. You know the deal. And other than that, I guess that's about all I need to say, except good night. Love y'all. Bye.